What's going on, you guys? I hope you are all having a fabulous day so far. It is Friday, December 7th, I believe, and today I am going to talk about my tips to staying on track during the holiday season. So I'm sure a lot of you find the holidays to be a really hard time of the year, in between social gatherings and dinners and all the treats put in front of you and all that stuff. But I have some tips here that I want to share with you, and I hope they help you out throughout this busy time. So yeah, if you are not already, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below, and yeah, let's just get to it. So if I'm looking down at my phone a lot, that is why. I do have some notes here that I just want to make sure I address in this video. So before you get all stressed out over the holidays in general, take a second to actually look at your goals. Like, write down your goals and write down how specific they are, when you want to achieve them, all that type of stuff. Because once it's laid out on paper, it is a lot easier for you to look at it and have more flexibility, or have more or have less lenience with whatever you're doing. Because once it's written down, it feels almost like more official. At least that's how I feel. So start by just writing your goals down, writing them very specifically. So time, how long you want to take, all the stuff like that, and really just look deep into them. So the first thing I just want to talk about is, know that this is not a phase. Your goals are not a phase. This is your lifestyle. And if you truly want to change your life, know that it's not going to happen overnight. Know that it's not going to happen in the new year. Know that it's not going to happen in a month, a week, however long you are thinking that this is going to change. Because when you are recreating your lifestyle or revamping your lifestyle in any way, it is an ongoing process. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what your goal is. There's always going to be steps that you have to take to improve if you want to continue to grow and be better. And I'm assuming a lot of you out there probably do, because if you're watching this, you may struggle a lot over the holidays because you have this perfectionistic mindset. So yeah, it definitely comes down to it not being a lifestyle. And yeah. So the second thing that kind of ties into that is just the whole perfectionism thing. And perfectionism definitely ruins a lot of people's goals. And I know that sounds very harsh, but it does. It truly does, because perfectionism is what drives you to the extremes, and you're either 0 or 100, and there's no in between. And that becomes very difficult to people who are trying to reach their goals, because all they want is instant results. They want that instant gratification, and you don't always get that, because that is just not what is maintainable. And if you want to, like I said, if you want to recreate your lifestyle, revamp your lifestyle in any way, you have to take the steps in between, because you want it to be maintainable, you want it to be sustainable, you want to actually change your life. So the next thing here, the next point I want to talk about is that food will always be there. And I'm not necessarily talking about dinners for this one, but I'm more talking about all the treats that are around, all the treats, all the gatherings that have all these chips and different foods that you don't usually eat. And just remember, like, dinner is one thing, but when you're going out and you have all these different treats and drinks and all this stuff, that you are in control of that, and you don't have to eat it. It's just like going to a place and with all these appies there, you can choose what you eat. And if you keep having treat after treat after treat, you may feel guilty. And if you don't, then so be it, and go wild and enjoy yourself and have those treats. But if you are someone who has very specific goals and it wants a specific time frame and all this stuff, know that food will always be there. And if there is cookies and cake and muffins and all this stuff, you don't have to eat it all. You can have little bites of everything, and you can try everything, and you can do this and that. But food will always be there. It's not going anywhere. And if you are someone who has restricted in the past, that can be a very difficult mindset to get around. And I've 100% been there too, but yeah, food will always be there, long story short. So choose wisely, and just know yourself and know your body, and know what is going to be comfortable and what is not. So The next point I wanted to bring is just because the holidays are here doesn't mean you have to change your normal routine. And maybe you're going on a trip or something like that, and it might be hard to stay close to your normal routine. But if you are someone who exercises daily, I recommend keeping that in your routine. If you are someone who eats 6 meals a day, I recommend keeping that in your routine, because the more in routine you are with whatever your daily schedule is like, the more easy it will be to cope with different scenarios. You'll just feel more comfortable in general. So stay as close to your normal routine as possible. Stay hydrated, eat the same amount of meals, and continue exercising. And if you are somewhere, like let's say you go on vacation and you don't have a gym there, you can't do whatever your normal exercise routine is, you can always walk. You can at least go for a walk, just get some fresh air, just whatever it is that keeps your body moving. And you will thank yourself, because in the end that will be something that kind of helps you stay on track. And we all know that once you fall off track, it is so hard to get back on the wagon because you just feel almost defeated. So don't let it slip from your hands in the first place. So the next point I want to bring here is don't restrict throughout the day. And this is probably the biggest point. I cannot stress this enough, because when you restrict throughout the day, your body feels deprived. And I'm saying this from personal experience because I have 100% been there. So if you restrict throughout the day, your body feels deprived, and all of a sudden your mind and your body kind of go into this starvation mode. And when you're in this mode, you have this very animalistic mindset that's very ravenous and just wants to eat everything. So if you know you have a Christmas dinner or a staff dinner or something like that in the evening, my best tip for you is to continue eating your normal meals throughout the day. Because like I said before, food will always be there. You will be at dinner and you won't feel the need to eat everything that you haven't had in a while, and you can just eat until you're comfortably full and comfortably satisfied. And I'm not saying that you don't have to go overboard. If you want to go overboard, then go overboard. If you don't go over dinner often and you want to really take this time to just enjoy all the things that you really want without guilt, then so be it. And no judgment whatsoever, because I feel like everyone needs those type of days. But if you have very strict goals and don't want to ruin your progress, then just be very mindful. Continue eating your meals throughout the day, so when dinner comes along, you are not completely starved and ravenous and feel the need to just completely eat everything. Because once you're at that point, nothing at all will satisfy you. And then my final tip here, which seems very, very basic, but a lot of people, I guess, just don't stick to it, and that is staying hydrated. And you would think this would be like a no-brainer for a lot of people, but truthfully it's not. And a lot of people will mistaken feeling hungry for actually being dehydrated, because when your body is dehydrated, you just feel like you are missing something in your diet, and you feel like you need to eat when you're actually not hungry. But your body it digests, it does all these functions because of water and because of fluid in your body. So when you are dehydrated, you are definitely going to feel like you're missing something, and you're missing water. So make sure you drink adequately throughout the day. Have a glass of water around your meals, not necessarily at your meals, but just have enough water throughout the day, or have enough calorie-free liquid throughout the day. And that will really help you stay on track. And I've had questions a lot as to how much is enough or how much is not enough. And it's very, very dependent on the individual, their activity level, and all this stuff. But I recommend at least 2 to 3 liters a day. I probably consume 3, sometimes 4, sometimes more, it depends. But with the amount of coffee I drink, I feel like it kind of goes back down to 2 or 3. I don't know. But yeah, make sure you're staying hydrated. Listen to your body and drink enough, or drink what you feel like you need is adequate for yourself. So that is all my tips for you guys. I hope this resonated with you. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any other questions about maybe things relating to the holiday season and how to do certain things, how to cope with certain things, etc., make sure you comment them down below, because I will definitely be reading them and responding back. But if not, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, like I said. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not already, hit the subscribe button down below to stay tuned for more stuff. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys. Bye.